Hi, I'm Zach Wink, and I'm here to discuss our top story tonight. As many of you may have heard, sociologists and queer theorists alike have mentioned that we live in a heteronormative society. You may have heard that word before. Heteronormativity is the idea that we live in a world predominated by heterosexual relationships, or being straight, and cisgendered, meaning somebody's biological sex matches, meaning biological gender and gender identity match, and that heterosexual relationships are the norm, and to deviate from that standard makes someone an outsider. This can also include seeing gender as binary, male and female, rather than seeing it as a spectrum, which can be limiting to some students. This phenomenon is present in schools especially. Heteronormativity is a constant pressure on students that identify as LGBTQ+, and while separate from homophobia, the two are often intertwined. This video aims to discuss the intricacies of this phenomenon and this pattern in our school culture. Though sexuality and education seem unrelated, many students have described struggling with mental health and feeling overwhelmed and burnt out in these situations. That same study, reported on by Israel Aguilar and Horacio Flores, also had a student say that it would affect my academia because I would get so burnt out being wrapped up in the idea of presenting normal that I would neglect my studies and my assignments. The correlation is clear. What's more, only 27% of students say they can express themselves, and only 26% say they feel safe in a classroom. How is one supposed to learn when they feel like they're in danger? Teachers and administrators are also a pivotal point in heteronormativity. Teachers have the power to either reinforce or repel heteronormative behavior and are responsible for creating an environment where there is no danger. Decisions on school uniforms follow a binary gender concept, with pants or skirts and no exception or in-betweens, which is entirely enforced by administrators. While that's a tame example, it gets worse. In 2014, a study conducted across both elementary and secondary education schools found that 42% of elementary educators admitted to not intervening when gay was used as an insult in the classroom, and 55% of secondary educators admitted to the same exact thing. Even more upsetting is the fact that 30% of all educators refused to intervene and admitted to no intervention when the F word was used as a slur in a harmful and derogatory manner, as it always is. Teachers that refuse to act against harmful words and slurs are inadvertently enabling the use of derogatory language targeted at LGBTQ+ youths. With that power, however, they can also bring about a positive change. Administrators and teachers are the key to fixing this issue and creating a better atmosphere for learning, starting with administrators allowing discussion of LGBTQ+ criteria and curriculum and topics in the classroom. Despite community backlash, studies have shown that supporting the general welfare of students by enacting anti-bullying procedures are generally well accepted, which encompasses queer students, because everybody wants to look out for the welfare of their children. Along with this, allowing inclusive curriculum that involves LGBTQ+ activists, historical figures, or families as examples in a variety of ways can help. One teacher, for example, discussed a transgender woman's life, and though she received community backlash and discipline, was able to create a positive experience and allow something like that to be shown in the classroom. Including these things, having students have experience with this is a really important thing. This was seen in What Can Teachers Do to Challenge Heteronormativity, a systematic literature review. Though it can help form senses of belonging, environment, validating, and affirming these identities present in students is a tremendous help, it can also help in their studies as well, which is what all educators and administrators want to see. Overall, the assumption and expectation that all students are heterosexual or cisgender can be harmful and negatively impact mental well-being and academics of any student a part of those groups. That being said, it's clear that several in-groups have the power to bring about a positive, inclusive change. This is still a work in progress, but with administrators that allow equal representation and those willing to reaffirm and validate their identities, we can move in the right direction and to make a better environment in the U.S. education system. I'm Zach Wink, and that's all for tonight.